Welcome to Research Business Daily Report. It's made possible by RBDR's exclusive community at the crowdfunding platform patreon.com/RBDR. I'm Bob Lederer, for 25 years, the respected voice in market research. On Monday's RBDR, we reported Amazon founder and CEO Jeff Bezos' remarks in a letter to his shareholders that clearly stated he had seen no role for market research in the development of Amazon's most successful innovation, the Echo. But even as the letter made additional references to where research served little purpose, and I noted Amazon Web Service as being one of them, there's plenty of evidence to show that Bezos hardly discounts research as either we traditionally or currently understand it. For instance, Amazon has plunged into helping companies harness machine learning. To make my point even more directly, I traveled into the recent past for a blog entitled 12 Business Lessons You Can Learn from Amazon Founder and CEO Jeff Bezos. Here are a few Bezos business philosophies relating to research that jumped out at me. First and foremost, his obsession with customers and what he is willing to do to understand them and to satisfy them. The aforementioned Amazon Web Services were born out of listening to customers. He has infused into the Amazon organization the premise that everyone there should, quote, start with the customer and work backwards, end of quote. When Amazon interests are aligned with customers, it's Bezos' steadfast belief that it will work out really well for Amazon. Not far behind in Bezos' thought process is dedication to experimentation. And he counsels inside Amazon that doubling a company's number of experiments annually also happens to double, in his opinion, that company's inventiveness. And Bezos loves inventiveness. He likes to commit to measuring every idea in every experiment, and he even clearly says that negative outcomes will not necessarily curtail an idea, provided that it is good for customers and for the long term, not to mention a precursor to innovation, another something that he's very, very strongly devoted to. In that sense, Bezos can be, and was termed in the blog, the anti-Steve Jobs. He will test a promising idea, and for a very extended period. For instance, take advertising on TV, which early on in Amazon's earliest days was something that he was interested in, but was not clear made sense. So Bezos approved testing of TV advertising. It was done in Portland and Minneapolis, and it was extended for 16 months until a decision was made. A second good example, the Amazon Marketplace's no-cost shipping charge on orders over $25. Amazon's internal math advised against maintaining that premise. However, Bezos' intuition convinced him that the short-term losses from those $25 setups would be made up in long-term customer loyalty and more frequent orders. Bezos strongly advocates thinking long-term. He concedes that it necessitates patience, especially if you're a CEO, and, quote, it requires you to be misunderstood for long periods of time, end of quote. But Bezos is not deterred by that. If you have a willingness to be misunderstood for long periods of time, if you have a willingness to fail, he says, then what you can do is ramp up your rate of experimentation. One more thing about long-term planning for Bezos. He says that in a culture that high-fives small and innovative ideas, which is what he wants to see in Amazon, it's also important that senior executives encourage ideas. And he swears that for innovative ideas to bear fruit, companies need to be willing to wait 5 to 7 years, and he concedes that most companies don't allow that time horizon. Finally, this ditty from Bezos that I think kind of captures it all. If you never want to be criticized, for goodness sake, don't do anything new. That's your Research Business Daily Report. It's been made possible by members of our exclusive community on the crowdfunding platform patreon.com/RBDR. These videos are produced thanks to the interest and the support of those out there are Patreon supporters, and we have a new one. Renee Frenget joined us this week as our newest Patreon supporter. The breadth of Patreon supporters tell us that our videos bring them thoughtful, valuable information. And we trust that's true for many of you out there in the RBDR viewing audience that haven't yet come on board. But we've got 45 weeks of RBDR planned for this year, so there's plenty of time for you to get on board as you continue to find value in our videos. You need more reasons to make a Patreon commitment? Well, I'm fresh out of ideas, at least for right now. But I do suggest you go to patreon.com/RBDR and select whatever comfortable level of patronage works for you. Have a great research day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.